Alright, what's going on YouTube? It's Alec again. I'm currently doing my Sunday night scan session. This is where I take a look at all the tickers that are either at my daily or weekly bottoms from my Keltner channels. You guys will see a lot of algorithms. I use FlowTrade primarily. I'll bring this over real quick just to share with you guys how we interpret it. The pink is the actual stock price, and the blue is what the algos are doing or what smart money is doing. I look at this intraday all day long to make sure that I'm not missing out on a trade. But as you guys can see, there's a 1 minute and a 15-minute time frame. I will be looking at the 15-minute time frame so you guys can see on the longer term what the actual smart money is doing. So this is billions and trillions of dollars moving in and out of stocks. So you guys will see this in the next coming minutes basically, where I'm going to look at this, I'm going to look at the charts, and I'm going to see if there's any good long-term opportunities where I can add these to my playlist for next week and for the coming weeks. Without further ado, I'm going to hop into our Discord. I do this every single Sunday, and I go through tickers with either 10 or 20 people. It could be 5, but for now it's a Sunday night. It's Mother's Day. I'm going to expect maybe 1 or 2 people to join. Take a look at what I think is going to be a couple good plays, and then what they think, and hopefully this shed some insight on you guys on what I do when I'm preparing for it. And yeah, let's hop right into it. All right, what's going on, Sam? All right, there we go. Okay, I'm live. Um, okay, so I'm just going to take a look at Amazon real quick. And Sam, if you have any questions, obviously, it's just you and me in chat, so obviously feel free.
Okay,
Uh,
I guess more people are joining in.
oh yeah, there we go. Usually probably the same crew. So I'm going to take a look at my main chart, or my main picks that I trade every single day real quick, and then we'll go from there. 23rd. I'm just putting a block trade in that was on Amazon that I didn't have for some reason. If you guys want me to take a look at anything, just drop it in chat real quick. Okay. Taking a look at this, it looks like it's going to stay right here for now. This is like a huge level. I wish I had this honestly in my when I was trading earlier on Friday, because this is basically the main thing it rejected off of, just a $335 million dart pool. Honestly, I see this thing either ripping this week or just staying flat for another couple weeks. I don't really think that it's going to do too much. We'll see if there's a rotation back into techs. Futures are up very slightly. Currently up 30 points on NASDAQ and then 9 points on ES. So we'll see what happens. I don't think any crazy news came out this weekend, but we'll see. Otherwise, looking at that, it's bouncing off daily bottom. We're going to get a retest here. It held it for several days right here. I bet you we have another 1 or 2 days down here before we continue up. Take a look and see if it broke the squeeze. Nope. It's probably going to come back to 3,000, chill for a little bit, come back up. That's kind of annoying. I mean, really, it's just holding the same trend. Not much to it. Is what it is. Okay. See if there's any weird trades on it. So, 247, 201. See if anybody's loaded up on a down day. Yeah, look at that. Next week, 3,300 calls. Well, there you go. So it might run a little bit. We'll see. I mean, this is usually what I do every night. Is I just kind of look and see. I'll kind of calculate like how much money's flowing into this stuff. 346 times 4,000. You got like 1.3 million right here. You got 600,000 right here ish. That's closer to 800,000, 800,000. You got a decent amount of flow in here right towards the end of the day. I mean, look at all this 1255, 1258. It's all pretty decent. I'm also on Pacific time, so it's going to be my time versus Eastern time. Yeah, I don't know. Might be a runner. Let's see. Let's take a look at Tesla real quick. This is another one that I trade every day, or at least I attempt to. I mean, sometimes it doesn't play at all, but it is what it is.
No stock market ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
What's up? Looking at this, I mean, it's kind of been trading right here at the daily bottom. I can actually see this thing. Let me actually throw this on here. This will give me a way to see what the kilts are actually doing. Oh, it looks kind of shitty, but gives me some kilt slope, see if they're flattening out. Yeah, honestly, I could see this thing kind of consolidating. I mean, it's been consolidating. Maybe it might be the week where it starts running. Let me look at kilts real quick, or at the algos. Nothing crazy on that. Tesla, actual 15 minute. Yeah, Stoops, sorry, I just saw your thing. Yeah, let's do some longer term stuff on this. Some fibs and shit. It still looks kind of shitty. I mean, honestly, this is still net selling on Tesla. Maybe a little bit of a bottom out right here, but it's still making lower lows. Yeah, I think we're not down on this. Um, it still has good day trades in it, just ton of range. Super volatile, but not really much going on with it. Okay, take a look at Google real quick. I know I was trying to play this. I missed it for some stupid reason. But all the divergence played out on it. I believe up to 2400. Coming off 4 hour. We got divergence. Yeah, so this divergence played out right here. This was basically buying the whole time, and it was this was an intraday one, and then this is just a longer term time frame. Like I remember looking at this on Monday, it was tanking, and then it was a couple down days, and then it shot right up to 2400 basically, or close to it on Friday afternoon. So I don't really get an opportunity there to play it. I think we'll come back to 4 hour mid and then continue up. And then yeah, I don't really see an entry unless it comes to daily mid or something, but I think that was a pretty good play from last week. That was actually in one of my videos from last week. I'll look at all real quick for you, Kyle. This thing looks good. It looks like a trifecta. Yeah, coming out. Let's look at the algos real quick. I mean, they're just kind of going with the price. The only thing I saw was this. This isn't anything crazy. Do some blocks real quick. Nothing on here. Um, what options look like on this thing. There's not really a ton of volume on this. I don't know if it, yeah, I mean, there's really not any volume. This is something I'd probably stay away from just because there's not any volume on the actual contracts. which is like one of my main rules. But I think it might be good for some swings on like some actual commons on it. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look at. So this is my weekly scan real quick. I just took whatever tracks had, but um, just make it easy. I usually just chop out, like I take out whatever the ones are that I don't recognize, because there's always a bunch of random ETFs on there and stuff that is just not a ton of volume, but obviously it's going to show up because it's in weekly bottoms and everything. But these are like the main ones that I want to look at. I know Beyond was a big one, but let's just go through real quick. I'm going to go through and just kind of check the algos on it and see what looks good and then what actually has divergence instead of, something just sitting there and is on the list, but it has like 20 cents in divergence. Yeah, so like looking at the chart, even on end phase, like there's still nothing, like there isn't really a lot of divergence on this, to be honest. Like you can just zoom in and it's still not really doing anything. But if you zoom out all the way, obviously it's going to look like it. Um, I don't really think, I mean, maybe right here, but honestly, I wouldn't play this. This, no. Octa, no, it's just net selling. There's not any divergence here. Grubhub a little bit. I think this is definitely something to play, like to look into, just because it's been net buying and this thing's been net selling. But we'll see. Let's take a look at that real quick. But Grubhub's out of the dailies. I'd I'd say it's honestly going to go to the weekly bottom before we even get any sort of different price direction on it. So a $5 drop, 10%, 7.8%. I've played this before. It's usually a pretty good swing. I never day trade this just because it doesn't pay. It doesn't really move too much throughout the day. And let me delete some of these. Grubhub broker. Kind of shitty. You go like Pins team, Twilio, and Uber. Well, Pins looks pretty good. Twilio, pretty decent. Uber, definitely not. Teams. This has low volume and low open interest on contracts, so I really don't play this. I've lost a decent amount of money just from that, which is fine, whatever. Pins, that looks pretty good. Let's take a look at this and let's take a look at Twilio. I used to play Twilio all the time. Pins looks pretty decent, like right here. It's in weekly bottom. It's kind of consolidating right here, which is nice. But yeah, I'm actually gonna add this on my bullish list. Pins is good. These other ones. Twilio, let's see Twilio. Actually, just look real quick at the primaries on this. Weekly still looks shot because I know it's from ER. Daily, not so good. I'm gonna wait a little bit. It definitely needs to consolidate for a little bit. Um, we'll see if it blows through any longer. But the secondaries obviously are all fine. I had a decent day, but the primaries kind of look like shit. But I do like that it's at the weekly bottom and that the algos are buying pretty heavily. There's no divergence on it. It just looks nice. Look at Twilio next. It's just had earnings. He got shot. Uh, and algos look pretty decent on it. Change it to 15 minutes. Yeah, look pretty good on it. Look at that right here. It's still going to come down a little bit, 305 to 300. I'm going to add this to the bullish list. It's definitely going to be a couple days before this thing turns around. Going to tap this at least once and test it, and then we'll go from there. Again, algos on it look good. Primaries definitely need to cycle back up, and we'll see. Oops, I'll look at Zoom real quick. Yeah, so that'll go on my bullish list too. I like that. Delete these off. Look at Zoom real quick too. Jesus Christ, this thing's a net selling. You're talking taking it to the downside to like 290 or 280 something? Little back door off the daily right here. Trash on it. Yeah, secondaries will look like shit on it. They're all lined up except for the 4 hour, but that's fine. That'll flip tomorrow. Looks pretty good. Let's see if there's any huge put volume on this thing. No, not really. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Toss them on bearish list. Also, I change these every week. I just go through and whatever is on there. Unless I know it's going to play out like JPM needs to be online, because it's going to play out at some point. I don't know when, but yeah, I think let's look at that real quick. There's still a ton of divergence on it down. The net selling the entire time. Even right here, like, yeah, it kind of popped up, but this thing's really been selling this entire time, and the algos are up. Let's go to all-time highs. Maybe we'll see it die in June, but this thing popped out of the weekly. We'll see it probably come back down. I don't know. This thing might run for a little bit. So, like, this week's low versus this week's high, short term. Yeah, I don't know. This will be interesting to watch. I'm gonna watch this in the morning. I've been taking a little bit off there, a couple $100 here and there, but I haven't swung it. It just hasn't given me good opportunity. And like, if we look at the 2 minute chart on this thing, it tanked all in the morning, and then it literally just came all the way back up, and then it went to all-time highs. So I really thought this was gonna be where all that divergence played out, but it really didn't. I mean, it was like a couple dollar drop, but that's nothing. It was pretty interesting to watch. I really thought that was gonna be good. Okay, JPM still on my bearish list. That. If you guys have anything you want me to take a look at real quick, just drop it in chat. I'm going through the work D-Dog, Lemonade, and beyond for the next ones. The work looks pretty good right here, honestly. Like $42 versus 41. It's not a huge move, but it definitely looks nice. This I don't really like. Gap fills are kind of weird. I don't know about that. Beyond 110 and 116, I'd say is where the divergence is, but they turned up really hard, so we'll see. This is probably going to be a multi-day play. I'll take a look at the chart on this. Lemonade, that looks pretty good. I mean, here's $90 basically of it chopping and continuing up. And even right here, like, it's still continuing up pretty hard. Let's take a look at Lemonade and beyond. These other two are eh. Like, this really doesn't have too much in it. I bet you if you zoom in a little bit, yeah, that really doesn't look too good. So let's take it Lemonade and beyond. Looking at Lemonade. Back to the 4 hour chart. Looking at this, yellow's daily top or daily bottom. It's hitting weekly right here. I think this would actually be pretty good. I'm going to toss this on my bullish list. Where are these both? Sorry, this let me know. I don't know if I said beyond or not. This looks pretty good. We're fine. This pays pretty well when it runs. I think it definitely has the opportunity to. Looks like the daily MACD is slightly crossed down, but we have some decent, with some decent range tomorrow, it could definitely go back up. It would be perfectly fine on that. And the weekly still kind of shot. The MACD, we'll see what happens. But it's definitely too red. Monthly needs to cross back up a little bit. It's getting close to crossing down. We'll see. I think this probably isn't going to be this week, maybe next week, but we'll see what happens. Looking at beyond, this thing got absolutely smoked on earnings. It held this weekly bottom extremely well. I mean, it kind of came in a little bit, but it's been consolidating. Like, it has not broke past this point right here. I think it's pretty good. This definitely needs some time to marinate and just sit. I think a lot of ER just absolutely smoked, even if they were good or not. Like, regardless of what the guidance was or how good the EPS was, everything pretty much got shit on and destroyed. I don't know why, but it's something I've noticed is like it'll have like a 2 or 3 week recovery. So I think, I was looking at Amazon earlier, right? And then I was looking at Beyond and all these other companies. They all came out pretty much the same time. The algos have been buying hard on them. They've been accumulating the shares. I don't really see how all these companies have terrible or have good earnings. They get, absolutely destroyed in the market, and then they're not going to go back up. I think if we can get enough time on these contracts, then we can definitely, it can definitely be a cent forget it. Again, it's at weekly bottom. You have a ton of open interest on June. This September, nothing really. August. August might be okay. Let's look at like November, December. Yeah, so I'd say like January or June. I mean, really, June's kind of close to me, or way too close for me. But I think something like this, I mean, you throw $1,300 at this, or even something slightly out of the money at 130, where it's already been there previously. With 1358 volume, that's pretty solid. The bid and ask on this is trash, but we'll see what happens intraday. Like 130 really just gets you back to a dark pool level. It's something where it was staying in that range the entire time, so not seeing it return to here would be kind of pointless. It's also hitting all-time lows or close to it, which was actually that's an all-time lows. One sec. Yeah, I mean it's gonna come back at least up to here. I don't see it really staying down here. I'd say this is definitely going to be a leap candidate. I'm going to watch this week. See if I get a good entry once it kind of stays out and kind of comes up a little bit and shows me some good confirmation right here. I'll look at it. But this was something that just started happening on Friday, so and I know Track saw it. Well, let's see what happens in the next couple days, but definitely something to keep your eye on. So that was the next group of 4 for the bullish list. Stoops, when you look at 2-day bottoms, are you using that for intraday, or are you just looking at it mainly for swings and stuff? I've never looked at it, but I know you and Salington look at it a lot. So I think I want to introduce it into my trading style. Edge. Spotify. Yeah. Monster. Okay, so looking at this is the next set of 4 real quick. This is $3. I'm not gonna play that. Edge. This looks pretty good, honestly. I mean, you got like a gap fill basically up to 256 or so. XBI. I've played this a lot. This is really good. It's a really good bio ETF. Uh, this isn't really a ton of divergence. And it's like $5, but last time I played this, it had I think like $20 of divergence, and it gave me 400 or 500% on options. Like, it was ridiculous. It was the first time I played it, and it was. I mean, it paid super well. Obviously, I only threw like a couple $100 at it, but I got over 1,000 out of it, so it was super nice. Spotify, I don't play this just because it trades like shit during the day. It doesn't have a lot of volume for options. Yeah, not playing this. So let's take a look at Sedge just because it has a decent amount of range on it. Looking at this weekly bottom, already a good candidate. It's been consolidating right here. Let's see, a couple levels here. It hasn't really been holding. It's been holding right here. I think it's bottoming out. Let's see if there's any block trades on it. Yeah, it was just earnings. That's why it tanked. Okay, I just looked it up. I think this would honestly be a pretty good candidate for my bullish list. There weren't any block trades on it, just looking at it real quick. So we'll see what happens. I don't really know. I've never played this, but I think it does have a lot of good. It has a lot of potential to go even back up to the daily mid, which is pretty much where the divergence started. So again, same thing we saw in the past, couple tickers. It got destroyed on earnings, but it's going to rebound, hopefully come back. This might be a couple day play, it might be a week or two. We'll see. Net. Okay, so last three for or last two actually, are going to be net and trip. Take a look at these real quick. So net and trip, top two. Trip looks like a double bottom. Net, I don't know. Let's take a look at the charts. Those look kind of weird. Net, daily bottom. Definitely need some more time. Coming back down maybe. Little backdoor off the weekly mid. Don't really like that. I'm not even gonna put that on the list because I know it doesn't have a ton of open interest and volume on the options, and something I look at all the time. So I want to be able to get out of these. This also doesn't look that good because it closed out of the daily bottom. You got weekly mid right here. This definitely needs some more time. I again don't play this a lot, so I'm not even gonna bother adding that to my list. So that was all my. This is all on my bullish list. So I got Pins, Twilio, Lemonade, Beyond, and Solar Edge. So that's pretty solid. Let's take a look at my bearish list, which really only had a couple plays on it. Take a look at Target. Short them. My girlfriend stopped spending money there. Gold. Okay, so right now looking at this, that's not bearish divergence. I don't really understand why somebody put that there. HSBC, same thing. It's just kind of shitty. Like I don't really like how that looks, and I want it to be clear if I'm going to play it. This, algos are turning up. It made a double bottom right here, making higher highs. I don't really see this as bearish divergence at all. Target 214, 212. There's not a lot here. It just started. I'm not really going to put this on my bearish list because I don't play it a lot. Let's look at JPM, and then TCOM is my last one, or Telecom, I think is actual name. We'll see what happens with this. I'm still bearish on this. I'm also bearish on, what was it? Gotta pull it up real quick, one sec. My notes. Well, I don't remember what it was. There was a couple other bank stocks I was short on, but it didn't turn out good. And then Telecom, again, this was on the bearish list, but this thing is definitely straight up. So not really sure why it's on there, but we'll see. There isn't really any divergence on this thing. There was this, but it already played out. This, maybe, maybe right here it's going to come down $2, but again, nothing crazy. So let's see, that was so really my bearish list has Zoom and it has Zoom in JPM. Okay, let's take a look at sundial. A meme run, dude. I played this thing when it last ran up to it was like right here. And I remember I told my parents, I was like, "Yo, you guys gotta buy this thing," and they literally sold like I remember they're like, "Oh, it's gonna go to $10," and they were like looking at it right here, and they wanted to sell, and then they sold it, right here. And I was like, "You guys are idiots. You still double your money, but it was a waste." This thing does look like it's getting ready for a meme run, honestly, though. You got daily bottom right here. See if there's any crazy options on this thing. 85 to 11. Oh, 7%, that's why. What options did you get on it? Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, I kind of want to load this thing up with commons like, even if I just got 1,000 shares isn't gonna be shit, but even $500 worth, that'd be super sick. And then looking at some $3 calls. These things are so cheap, dude. Yeah, I kind of like this. I might list on my bullish list. I completely forgot about this. Nice little weed stock. 7556. Damn, dude, you're balling. Put a stop loss on it. Call it a day. The eBay. Okay, I'll take a look at eBay. Actually, I mean, this thing isn't really trading anywhere as far as like a big time frame. You got 4 hour right here, flow trade 50, flow trade 200. You got a cross up potentially or a cross down. We'll see. You got to wait for Monday to kind of determine. Let's look at the actual. That's gonna be a cross down. I mean, it's hard if you're gonna swing this thing. Let's see what the actual volume looks like. Because again, you gotta have some decent volume. I don't know, man. Do you play this a lot? Like, it doesn't seem like a super solid stock to play if you're looking for something that's gonna pay well. Like 2K
I
here.
played twice, so it always paid out well.
You're in what? Sorry, your mic got messed up.
Oh, I said I played eBay when it was going up.
Oh, okay.
So, and I guess next one I would have looked at was the dish.
Dish.
That was like, yes.
Okay. Dish. I mean, it's fully trifected. It's got to come back down at some point. You trying to short it or what? I mean, I'd short the shit out of this. You got divergence down to 42. It's at 46.
Yeah, that's what I shorted it pre-ER, but after ER it went up, so I'm looking at it again. That big green candle is the ER.
Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, I think this thing has a chance to come down. I don't know if it's going to take uh, the 4 hour, but I don't know. Steeps, do you have like a long-term fib on this thing? See if I can find it. See, like, shit, I don't know. Here to do this. Consolidated high, consolidated low. I mean, maybe that, dude. I don't know. Let me try and get like a fib cluster on this thing. Maybe $48, dude, is where it turns around. I don't know. It's kind of hard. I'm not super great at fibbing, so I might be doing that wrong. But I mean, generally what I do works. But um,
No, I haven't entry yet. I'm just gonna watch it to peak.
oh yeah, no, 100%. No, I think
volume is going.
yeah, it'll turn
Volume
around.
is going.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it was I guess the T also ran. So Dish and T are the together.
Mm-hmm.
They both had good earnings.
Yeah, for sure. Take a look at, do like some text. Facebook. Dude, look at this Facebook, honestly. Oh, let's look at Netflix too for Stoops. I know he always shorts that shit.
Netflix is not going anywhere.
No, dude. I was trying to play this. I had some June contracts and I was getting eaten up on Theta, but I mean it was like pretty far. I was 2 months out and it just is not fucking moving. It's consolidating. Facebook, I mean this divergence is almost played out. No, it's still got room. Let's see, dude. Look at this. So I got back in the dailies, which is what we wanted. Now we gotta get through weekly. It's probably gonna bounce right here, come back. Excuse me, come back down. Get a target basically at the weekly 1.5 is the divergence target. I think my entry honestly should have been on Friday. I'm not gonna chase this because it's stupid because you're gonna get a bounce right here. If it comes back after retests and then we get like a money shot in here. Okay, perfect. Um, Something to look at though. Let's look at Apple real quick. Yeah, dude, I want to see Netflix just die. Honestly, I hate that thing. I'll short it with you. I know I'm usually against you on trades, but I'll be a perma bull for that one. Apple, yeah. Let's see what Microsoft's doing after Bill Gates. Nice. Fuck you, Bill. Uh, Apple looks like it's gonna. Well, it might break this weekly mid here. I never play this, but it's just something that I always take a look at just because it's such a big company. And Microsoft also kind of looks like shit's just trading in the middle of 4 hours.
Yes, the big runners last week were the Dell.
Say Dell.
Yeah, Dell and IBM.
Okay.
So they're gonna peak out. They should come down sometime
Yeah.
this week. There's another. I think one of the reports I saw was the whole last 2 weeks, big funds were selling and retail is buying. So there's a big divergence on that and on of the stocks.
Can you toss that in chat? I just want to take a look at it real quick. There was retail retail buying, edgies selling.
I'll find it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Stoops, let's take this shit down to 238. Bill should send us some money. Fuck this. It's like the first stock I used to day trade on it. I don't know why I tried to day trade Microsoft, but you got some shit like that. Let's chop. It'd be decent, but I know they move weird. Yeah. Yeah, dude, look at this shit. 11,000 volume. It's looking like Tesla. Probably way less risky. Yeah. Look at this. Like Tesla and Microsoft. I'll take a look at it. I don't want to add this to my bullish list. Or my bearish list. Let's do this. Alright, there's that. Look at some nice ETFs for my long-term account. Straight up killing it. My dad get in right here. See how it's going? 20%. Let's go. Take a look at SPY. I hedge against myself with it, with a smaller account. See if I can always beat it. Pretty much always do, but you never know. Might blow up my account one day and then I have that account. SPY, again, going straight full send, all-time highs. Get that algo curl, let's see it. Jesus. It's just consumer confidence. What's funny is like nobody has any money, but people are still buying. It's such a K-shaped recovery. I'm literally trying to hire people and I can't. Like nobody wants to come work. They just want to sit at home on unemployment.
Well, they're making double the money.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking insane.
I guess if I was in one of those jobs, I would sit at home, get paid whatever 2K, 2.5K.
Yeah. No, I would too. I mean, fuck it. Thankfully, you know, I have a job where I can just work part time and make a lot. But um, yeah, if I was making, 1,500 a week or 1,500 every 2 weeks or whatever on a paycheck, and the government was like, here's 2K a week, just do nothing. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna sit at home.
That's why I don't have to pay taxes on what they're giving. So there's no tax on unemployment insurance.
No, there is. The first 10K isn't.
No, I thought they're gonna change the rules
They
because some states were thinking about it.
they changed the rules for actual 2020, like when we're doing later scoops. Uh, when when I'm doing returns, they're basically taking it where the first 10,200 of unemployment is completely tax free, and then after that, it's up to the states. But usually, all states are following Fed right now. Maybe we'll see for 2021 because it's a lot different. We'll see if it's non-taxable because you're not really fucking earning it. You're just sitting there doing nothing. Um, boy, no block trades on this thing. Interesting. This thing's ripping. Uh,
Well,
but yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. Like it's so hard to find good work. Like nobody. This thing's going out a weekly top. This thing might trifecta, Andy. Um, but honestly, like I take a look at it and see. Sorry, he asked me to take a look at it. Let me get back to ranting about unemployment. Um, we got weekly top right here. I'd say 222 is a huge level to take a look at. We'll definitely get there tomorrow, but for the time being, like I would definitely not go long right now on it. I'd look at selling at least half your position if you're in it pretty fat. As it gets to right here, maybe like 218, 219, 220, somewhere in there. Start liquidating part of your position. But you got some algo cross down on weekly, like you're about to get that. Your algo cross up, so you might get a little bit more juice out of it. Everything else is pretty much looking good on it. Your daily looks fine. What's your 4 hour? 4 hour looks fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna add it to my bullish. Just take a look at it. Oh yeah, if you're looking for a position, I'd look for a weekly top rejection and then see if you can get a nice little backdoor on it off of oh shit. Off the daily, honestly, it's gotta come back to the daily. Daily or 4 hour. Even, weekly 1.5, say 213 if it doesn't hold that, then go to like 207, 208. But that'd probably be your best bet on it. Okay, anybody have any other stocks? I think I'm kind of done. That's usually what I do. I do this pretty much every night, but I was gone all weekend for Mother's Day, so let's see. Let me take a look at my stocks real quick. Airbnb. Let's take a look at Airbnb real quick, and then I'll be done. Free falling straight down to weekly bottom. Let's get it. Moderna, no, Nvidia.
Airbnb is like what pre-earning, right? They have earning next week.
Which one?
Airbnb.
Yeah, I think so. Let me take a look. Yeah, 513.
Yep,
Friday, Thursday. Okay. Take a look at this real
they
quick.
should do well.
Well,
They
I don't know, man. Like, I honestly don't know because they didn't really have. Well, okay, it's hard because like I had a couple clients with Airbnbs for tax, and they were like, uh, they made a shit ton, like 60, $70,000 because they were renting it out every single weekend because nobody had anywhere to go internationally. So they were all doing like the domestic flights and stuff, and they just do like domestic travel. But for
No,
Virgin
they were
Islands,
killing on the fees, like the cleaning fees and everything.
yeah,
That's like
dude,
double the rate.
yeah, it's insane. And the bookings, I
So
mean, that shit's expensive. I don't know, man. It's a gamble for sure. It's too late now to get into it either way because IV is going to be through the roof. But it'd be interesting to see how it
uh,
plays out.
I have commons, so
Oh
I
yeah,
have
you're fine.
nothing to lose.
Yeah, you're fine. I have Commons on my long-term account too. Like it, I think it's a good company. I fully believe in it. I use it all the time.
Yeah, for all the IPOs, I think Airbnb is way better than others.
Yeah,
These guys will make money.
definitely. Okay, Playboy, fuck that. I'm selling calls on this right
Oh, you're doing cover calls.
now. Yeah, shop. Shop looks kind of decent. I don't really play this just because the bid and ask, like the spread is ridiculous, but it pays pretty well.
The same. Yeah, shop I don't touch. Z is good. We
Z,
just had the ZZ, like it's in your
oh
list.
Z,
V is also good that way.
yeah, Zillow,
Yeah, Zillow.
yeah,
They are a good earning, so
yeah. I
they
mean,
are a
it's
pre-earning.
backdooring right here, so fuck that.
They are a pre-earning dump.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty good. I'll be up tomorrow morning, but we'll see how it plays out. Let's look at the NQ and ES are still kind of flat, honestly. Like not much is going on. Finally got above this bullish trigger. ES back to all-time highs. Let's go. It's kind of flat. It's kind of an uneventful evening. I thought we'd get something, but there wasn't really any news or anything to pop it up. So yeah. All right. Well, uh, thanks for tuning in. Obviously I do this every weekend, but again, I'll be doing this next Sunday or next Saturday, and I might do one midweek. Would you guys be down for that? If I do like a Wednesday session, kind of do like a Wednesday scan and see,
Yeah, sure.
what's going
Like I
on.
said, I'm up for it. And again, if you need kind of any pre-work, just ping me.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I'll let you know. I think Wednesday's probably gonna be good, and then next week I'll be in Hawaii, but I'll still be trading, so I probably won't do a like a Sunday session just because I'll be like in a balcony somewhere, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'll hit you guys up midweek, either Tuesday or Wednesday, Tuesday night or Wednesday, something like that, and we'll keep going with it. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
Yeah, later guys. Let's see. All right, guys. So that was my Sunday scan session. Again, you guys saw, I'm just doing it live on my Discord. If you guys want to take a look at the actual algorithm software that I use, I will have a link in the bio below or a link in the comment section below. Flowtrade.com. It's something that I use every single day. I look at it, every single day. I have 4 monitors. One of them always has the algos on it. It is something that shows the direction of where the smart money is moving, so we always know where to go, and we can use it in conjunction with a lot of our other tools in order to make really educated trades and be confident in the direction that we're going to take it up, whether it's up or down. So thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is my Sunday scan session, and I'll be doing this every week. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.